burning, then the cracking, and the soreness, and the bleeding. Hey guys, so I wanted to do a little extra video for you, for Saturday. Why not? You've been so good to me with all the subs. You guys like doubled what I wanted to do. By now, by far, I love you for it. So I thought we would go through MLM stories. I get a lot of people that are like, why are you attacking the MLMs? They're great companies. Or why do you hate Hans? They're just girls that are like trying to empower each other in business. So I thought it would be a good idea just to go through a few of the MLM stories out here of, family members, people that have been in them, and hear what they have to say. So stay tuned if you want to do that with me. Hello everyone, thanks so much for tuning in. My name is Beth, or Queen of Spade. Please do give this video a like, subscribe if you're new here. Now, without further ado, let's throw some spade. My channel is an anti-MLM channel, which stands for multi-level marketing, and that is basically a strategy that some direct sales companies use where they have distributors that recruit new distributors, and they're all paid a percentage of their recruiter sales, and the recruits are the distributors' downline. Basically, they can also sell the products, but we all know that they really make money by recruiting. Please do not ever send anyone in my videos any types of hate. Don't look them up. Don't try to find out who they are. Do not message them. Do not bug them. We are just discussing, my disdain for the companies and etc. So this one is called My Mom, the Queen of Kinda Joining MLMs. And they say they're on mobile, so they might not be good at writing it. I'm apparently not good at scrolling it. So we'll get through this though, don't worry. There we go. So it says, so my mom has joined at least 3 MLMs and quit one, but she doesn't like to do anything with it. She is in Young Living, which she thinks is a cure-all, and I agree to a point. The smells do help with stress and put me in a relaxed state. Aromatherapy can be helpful, can be useful. Even some counselors use it. For those that don't know, my education is social service work here in Canada. I did 2 years of college for that. And so I know that there are counselors out there, there's psychologists, there's therapists out there that will use aromatherapy in their office because they find that it does have a calming effect for people when they come to talk to them. It's a great aid, but it's not in any way a cure. It's kind of something that you can use if you are feeling a little anxious. Some people do find that it helps doing like some like lilac, some rosemary, I've heard, things like this. It can help. It's kind of like how some people feel really good after they burn sage. It's the same effect. So I am for aromatherapy and for people that want to use essential oils, that for people that want to use scented candles, for people that want to use that kind of thing, even the wax. I'm just against the MLM businesses and their practices. I'm sorry if my voice sounds a little off as well. I'm sick. And I have a sore throat. My daughter obviously brought something home to me again. Lovely. So here we go. When I was younger, I didn't have a choice in going to get raindrop treatments to help me with my issues. I was a handful as a kid. I was adopted, had the baggage with that. I'm also adopted, so I actually know what you mean, girl. She also used oils to get rid of tumors, using them in the way she does. I only use them for like headaches. Oh, wait. I skipped a whole sentence there. She used the oils to get rid of tumors on me and my brother for RNF, a genetic disorder that can cause tumors and other issues. I have stopped using them in the way she does. I only use them for like headaches, peppermint, and stress. Lavender, both are diffused into the air and not put on me. She would put undiluted oils on me, and I have never had a reaction to them yet, but I don't want to risk it anymore. This is the second medical one she has fallen for. Now, I am a believer that if homeopathic has helped you out, then use it. I have yet to find one that works for me, and this is the same for with modern medicine. My mom took me to this lady to help me find homeopathic solutions for my PTSD. Are you like my soul sister? Because she hates SSRIs. So the lady got her hooked on a thing called Arami. It's a MLM, but for vitamins, so it's fancy. Ooh, I'll have to look into that now. The lady made claims that it had reversed some big chronic health problems. I can't remember the name of one of time it, but it turns muscle to stone and kills you. My mom had a friend die of this. Yeah, that sounds awful. So she felt it so hard because of this line. Oh, see? Like they use that vulnerability. So like they're using this and saying, "Oh, we can cure this or whatever." And then her mom has a friend that died of this. So that pulls on her heartstrings. And then she joins it thinking, "Oh, I'm going to help other people that have this." So my mom bought me this kit, I guess you can call it, but before I could take the kit, I had to do a 3-day reboot. The reboot was 3 days of eating nothing but beans and other vegan foods and taking pills. Ew, right? It felt just wrong, and my mom got my sister-in-law on the same thing, but she had to do even more than I did before she can be on the kit I was on. That's weird. Why? They have different rules for different people, I guess. Now my sister-in-law has bipolar disorder. Oh no. I'm sorry to hear that. And is on meds. She's very happy that she has found the regimen that works for her. The lady told her with this magical vitamins she could go off her meds. That's awful, and nobody should be giving medical advice for mental health unless they are a mental health counselor, psychiatrist, psychologist, um, and even here, you need to have a master's degree in social work or you have to be a psychiatrist in order to diagnose and give out medication. Not everyone can give out medication. So it scares me that there's Hun bots out here telling people with bipolar disorder that they can just get off their medication and take something else. That's very scary. It's very dangerous. That needs to stop. Now that raises red flags for me because why would you say that to someone, right? Anyways, my mom and I have been fighting about how I don't want to take any more, and she has threatened to kick me out for not taking them because they helped me. They didn't. I took them for 3 months and nothing. So anyways, sorry for a jumbled mess of a rant. I'm on mobile and just shit at writing. It was actually not that bad. You did a pretty good job. You got out. I had not really a problem reading it. I've read lots of worse posts, trust me. Um, Now this actually makes me really sad because this girl's saying, I don't want to keep taking this stuff. My mom keeps forcing me to take it. And now that I've told my mom, my mother, and so like, they would have a mother-daughter bond, I would hope. And it's just very strange to me that this mom would want to kick her daughter out for not continually taking the Young Living oils and rubbing them on herself. And this is one of the reasons why I dislike these companies. Here they are ruining a mother-daughter relationship. That's what's happening here. It's very sad to me. And a company, especially Young Living, we all know how I feel about that now. They should not be getting in the way of a mother-daughter relationship. Very sad. I don't like it. I hope they can work this out, and I hope that she doesn't have to continually take the products in order to work it out, and that maybe her mom can just come to terms with the fact that she doesn't want to do this anymore and still let her live in the house. That's what I hope for that situation. Very sorry that she's going through that, and my heart goes out to that person. It has a name that I cannot say. You can see it. And it says, Lip Sense gave me a split lip. I guess that's what you can expect when one of the main ingredients is alcohol and you need a specific serum to take it off. Are you serious? Whoa. Dude, that is crazy. Why would you need a serum, eh? That's like you want your lipstick to stay on, but yeah, no, that's scary. It must have a lot of chemicals in it in order to do that, though, right? My mom had a friend selling lip tints and she got me some as a birthday gift. Oh, thanks, Mom. I should have known from the packaging that it was an MLM or at least poor quality, but I didn't listen. I applied it and really liked it initially because I was told that it was a stain, so the stinging is a bit normal. The stinging? The stinging? It stings you? No, that's not normal. You should not put lipstick on and have it sting you, or lip stain on, or lip chap, or anything on your lips. If you put something on your lips and it stings you, please take it off immediately and then never put it on your lips ever again. Um, that is a very worrisome to me. And the color would not come off at all, which was great. Then the burning started after a few weeks. You kept using it after it stung? I am so girl, next time just put it down, don't put it on again. But burning, then the cracking and the soreness and the bleeding. I stopped and threw it all away, telling my mom about it and having her throw hers out. Who the F puts alcohol in a lip product? Yeah, it's gonna dry your lips right out. I mean, maybe they're trying to cause the problem so that you go to them to fix it. That's all I can think. Sometimes I do wonder if these companies are doing it. I'm sorry about your lips. I hope that you got them fixed. I use a lot of Vaseline on mine. I don't use a lot of color often. If I do, it tends to be a gloss because, yeah, moisture is important to me. This looks like a kind of fun, sad one, I guess. So it says sad MLM work stories from a grocery store worker. MLM related things that have happened at my job. Lovely. Number one, my entire department was in Amway at a certain point. Oh no, I'm so sorry. They tried to recruit me too, but I declined. Good job. Now all but one dropped out due to racking up a ton of debt, and they all still have a ton of backed up product. My boss got his lights turned off because of Amway and had to keep his food in the freezer at work. I still find the nasty energy drink cans all over the department. That's an awful story for sure. People go into financial debt. People can't pay their bills when they go into these. I'm not, we're not all just out here trying to stop these companies because we think that they're annoying or something. It's actually because we hear stories like this all the time and they're heartbreaking. It's not fun. I don't like hearing that this stuff's happening, and it bothers me that companies that can treat people like this and do things to people out here like that they're legal, that they exist, that they seem to be socially acceptable. That kind of stuff bugs me. It's like if something's hurting a bunch of people, it just shouldn't exist. The end. Like I don't know. Anyway, number two, the one that's still in it is an insufferable human being. Yeah, it happens. She constantly brags that she doesn't even need this job because she's so successful in Amway. Okay, girl, then quit. That's what I would say. Because she doesn't need the job, she's constantly being careless about doing certain tasks correctly. Of course, right? Specifically taking orders that I'm going to have to make and not taking the proper information. That's a dig at you probably because you didn't join the MLM. We all know it. I'll say it. You're thinking it. Yeah, that's what's going on. When confronted, she always says, "That doesn't affect me though." AKA, sounds like a you problem. It's funny I actually say that expression all the time. That is a Queen of Spade expression. Um, and yeah, no, that will happen. She's trying to throw some spade at you. Let her know that you actually are part of the Queen of Spade crew and you're the one that throws spade. The end. Number three, a cashier who was a huge LuLaRoe had her house burned down. That's an awful story. I don't like it already. I'm one sentence in. It was in the news, and part of me wonders if she's happy to have gotten a way out, if not by the worst way possible. Her and all her LuLaRoe friends at work dropped out after the incident, or at least stopped posting on social media about LuLaRoe. And for those that don't know, LuLaRoe had a big lawsuit where they got proven to be a pyramid scheme, forcing people to buy leggings and the dresses and the shirts and all the stuff they sell, keeping a lot of product on them when they weren't selling any out. They proved in the lawsuit that the company was extremely dependent on recruitment. And so because of all that, yeah, they got lawsuit for being a pyramid scheme. And it used to be about $1,500 to join. It's now, I believe it was $5.99 or $4.99. It's like $500 anyway. And so yeah, they cut that price right down. Um, and you will notice if you're paying attention to MLM stuff or you're on like yard sale sites on Facebook, for example, you will see a lot of LuLaRoe stuff out right now because they are trying to sell it, get their money back, get whatever they can back. I mean, some people do buy the pants and like enjoy sleeping in them, I've heard. So, I mean, if you do see it for like $1 and you want to get a pair, there's nothing wrong with it. If anything, maybe you'll help someone that got messed over by the company. So I got no problem with you doing that. I'm just throwing that out there. But yeah, don't go buying it from a LuLaRoe hun because they're definitely in a pyramid scheme. It's been proven. They got the lawsuit. They haven't really changed. They just made it cheaper. That's it. So here's another LuLaRoe. So I'm gonna jump right into the story. So my dad makes jewelry, and once we were at a craft show, and I was like 12, I'm 17 now, and I finally got a chance to look around. I saw a booth set up by us. So I walked over to see what it was. I had these really cute leggings with witchy stuff in them, and they were super soft. The worker saw me looking at them, so she came over to ask me if I had ever heard of LuLaRoe before. I hadn't, so I said so. She saw me eyeing the leggings and then looks at me. I'm a big person. She looked in a tub and grabbed a size that fit me and handed it to me. She said since I was a new customer, she would sell them to me for half of the asking price. So I bought them. This is the reason why I'm sitting here typing this, is because I'm wearing those same leggings right now. They're still soft. They have never ripped, and they have stayed the same color since I first got them. They have made it through 5 seasons of color guard practices and multiple gym classes. Hell, I even had to use a spot cleaner on them once because my dog threw up on them and they didn't fade or stain. To make a long effing story short, I got knocked off LuLaRoe leggings that were actually worth the money I spent on them, are still in great condition, and have stretched to fit me as I have gained and lost weight. At this point, I'm scared to admit this. I mean, like I said, some people, they buy them, they sleep in them. It's just the whole business model is not good, right? And so, yeah. Let's go through one more, because I feel like that's enough heartache that I can take in a day after this. And then I also hear these stories throughout the week. I have people in my inbox all the time, and then of course I'm also on this Reddit looking at them. It gets to be a lot. It's very sad to me. It doesn't trigger me, but I do feel the heartbreak for these people. I'm kind of an empath, so when I hear like a heartbreaking story like that, it does. It feels like I got stabbed in the chest. So yeah, anyway. My mom joined MLMs to help me with some problems. This is gonna suck, is what this is gonna suck. This is my first post, so sorry if it's all over the place. I don't know, it looks pretty good. A little backstory. I'm a very picky person. I know that sounds bad, but I'm picky so that I don't feel super uncomfortable in everyday life. Whatever, girl. You admit it, so as long as you're aware and you're not being like picky to the point where you're going around really being like a stuck up bee about it and you're like hurting other people's feelings with your pickiness and like at people about it, then you can be as picky as you want. In fact, I tell my single friends all the time, be real picky when it comes to men. Make them work for it. There's times when it's good to be picky for sure. When I was about 10 years old, my mom and I didn't have many options to help with some of my problems. Sorry, I got thirsty. She started looking around for stuff and she found LuLaRoe. My mom did know what MLMs were, so she stayed cautious throughout this time. I do love LuLaRoe. We find some people selling them and shop there for clothes. I have sensitive skin and they don't irritate my skin too much, so it isn't so bad. See, like if they were not an MLM and they would just like open up normal stores and then hire employees normally and then maybe work on not having like the weirdest patterns, maybe they would actually be successful. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Anyway. My mom joined so that we can get what we really want. She did host 2 parties with this group once. They didn't go too well. After about 2 months, my mom quit and sent everything back. Like I said, we still buy LuLaRoe. We just don't do any of the MLM stuff with it. Cool. These MLMs weren't a big part of my life like LuLaRoe has been. My mom joined Mary Kay for a while. She liked the makeup, and I used some of it as well. I was 12 at the time of this. So I was going through a phase of finding myself. We all did at that age, yes. I tried some, and after a few months of doing makeup every morning, I found no point in it and gave up. That makes sense. My mom did the same, and she quit before we got too deep. When I was 15, I started to get really bad anxiety issues. My aunt had a friend that was in an oil MLM, of course. I don't know which one, but I didn't believe they actually worked. Probably Young Living or doTERRA. I was so desperate to have my anxiety stop without taking pills, I was scared of getting addicted, that I tried it. And the sad thing is that these companies depend on that. And it bugs me. That bugs me. Turns out I'm allergic to something in it because my entire right side of my face broke out into a rash. Now I'm just really pissed. That's awful. And the thing is that is also an issue. That's why you shouldn't be handing out like supplement pills or things like this to random people because you don't know what they're allergic to. You don't know what they could have a bad reaction to. Oftentimes, you don't even know if they're on a medication that can react. Some people don't want to tell strangers what medication they're on, and they don't actually fully realize how important it is when they're talking to someone in an MLM that's selling something like this. So they just don't mention it. That's not really. I feel like that's not really on them. That's more like on the MLM hunt to be sure that they're asking the right questions. And unfortunately, the training does not provide that information to do so. And therefore, you have a lot of people that are just handing out supplements, handing out essential oils, handing out all kinds of stuff, saying that it will help with things that it might not help with. People telling people with mental health issues to get off their medication and take it instead. I know it was a problem when I was at It Works with the Confianza. I had an issue with them telling people that it would help and that they could possibly go off their medication for mental health if they took Confianza. That was like one of the major first things that made me want to walk away from that. So, and I'll admit, even for a minute, I was like, hey, that's a great idea. And then it sunk in. So I know how you can get roped up in believing in these. And I know what it's like to want to fix something so badly that you will do whatever you can. And that's what they depend on. And it's a vulnerability that they take advantage of, and I'm not for it. I'm dead against it. I hate the fact that they do that to people. They've done it to me. As you can see, they've done it to several other people. They've done it to other people I know. This is why I am not a big fan of these companies, because I hear stories like this, and I hear about people having their vulnerabilities taken advantage of. I hear about people turning into people that they wouldn't normally be. I hear a lot about cult mentality and then actual like Mormonism. We'll get into all that. And so it's just, it might just be better to stay away from the whole MLM thing, guys. If there's anyone out there that does have a friend asking them to join an MLM, just, be wary of these stories that you heard today. And please do all of your research. I do know that in descriptions of videos that I've done in the past, I have left links that you can check out. And yeah, just be careful out there of bots trying to rope you in. And again, just like I said in my one video, if you do have a friend that you need to get out, just try to be nice and don't ditch them. Make sure you stay their friend, guys. So I'm gonna end this video there because I'm thirsty. My voice is all over the place right now. I have a sore throat. I think my daughter brought home something from school because that's what happens when you have a kid in senior kindergarten. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching, especially if you watched until now. I really appreciate it. I hope that you guys at least, learned a bit about the harm of these. I'm not going to say I hope you had fun with this video because this was a sad video. I'm sorry. I feel like I've been so sad lately. We got to do some more happier things on this channel, like right now. I promise this next week is going to be super duper happy. I promise. I will make it super duper happy just because this has been super duper sad. And so, no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, I hope that you have a fabulous day. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, yeah, oh, oh.